Okay, this YouTube live session is now commencing, and I was lucky enough to get Matt on the phone. He's been a successful dropship lifestyler, and he's actually one of our newest ambassadors. So wanted to bring him onto a call and kind of walk other dropship lifestylers through his journey and some of the pitfalls, and discuss some of the things that he's doing in his business successfully. So Matt, welcome to this YouTube live session. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining us and for your time. If you could let the other folks watching know more about your journey through the dropship lifestyle program, and then kind of what led you to take action and buy the course, and then your journey past that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess my story really starts probably around 3 years ago. I just wasn't happy in my job and where my sort of career was heading. I mean, I never knew what to do out of school, so I was just sort of I did what my dad did. I was in civil construction, so I was an excavator operator. And from there, I just started researching, and came across, I think I came across Johnny FD, actually, to be honest, after coming back from a trip to Thailand. And yeah, through Johnny, I found Dropship Lifestyle, and yeah, that was back in 2014. So yeah, August. So it was October 2014 that I joined. And at that time, I went through the course and followed all the videos, and I built my first store. It was actually in a terrible niche, though, a terrible niche, and it was a bit of a failure. In saying that, I made a few sales here and there, but I was competing against some of the big box stores, so it really didn't work. But from there, what I did, I actually sold that store on Flipper and got my money back. And I decided to take a bit of a break for a while, because I guess Dropship Lifestyle was the first online business model that I had tried. And I thought I'd see what else was out there. So I tried a few other things. I tried affiliate marketing for a while, and I built a few websites that are making passive income there. I also learned how to, I guess, build websites, and then created a service-based business. So I've got, a little service-based business on the side now. But then with that knowledge that I had gained from affiliate marketing and building websites, I just knew it was time to come back to Dropship Lifestyle. There was something always pulling me back. I always knew that, with that added knowledge now, if I brought that back and applied it to dropshipping, it would really blow up. So a few months ago, I went back in and to Dropship Lifestyle, and it was 4.0 had come out since. So I went back through all the course, went through all the modules, and created my my second store, which is now really doing really well.
Awesome. So I know you posted in the group about some of your successes. I won't say exactly your numbers, but you definitely meet the 10K or more revenue to become an ambassador, and then some. So if you could kind of, I guess, percolate some knowledge nuggets, some things that help get you there for some folks that might not be seeing success right now. Okay. Any big takeaways?
Yeah. Well, I think the main thing is for me is I had to realize that this is a journey. You know what I mean? Like I had to take myself from being an employee out in a manual labor sort of job, to being to having the mindset and whatnot of a business person. You know what I mean? So it's taken me from the time I thought that I wanted something different, 3 years ago, to up until this point, it's taken me all that time to learn, how to have the correct mindset, and learn all the bits and pieces that you need to know to be able to I guess get here. So just realize, I think, For some people, it happens overnight, but for most, I think it really doesn't. And as long as you apply consistent effort, the compound effect takes place. You know what I mean? So if you do one thing each day, it's gonna really multiply on itself. I heard a great quote, and I think it's always stuck with me, but I'm probably going to butcher it. But it's it's something along the lines of I guess I'll put it into a bit of a story. Like, say for example, if you got a New Year's resolution, right, and you want to get fit, and you want to join the gym. So many people, they go out and January 1st they get a gym membership. They start going every day, and all of a sudden it just becomes too much because they can't build it into their routine. But on the other hand, the person that just starts with, a walk around the block, twice a week, that person's going to continue doing that. And whereas the first person who joined the gym and went all out and, went too hard, they're not going to continue with it. They're most likely going to fail because it doesn't fit into their life, doesn't fit into their routine. So that's been something that's really, really stuck with me and really helps me. And that's what I tell a lot of people, just build new habits slowly. You know what I mean? So start small. And
I'll totally hear you.
Just build on it every day, because it's really tempting to see, all these people doing all these, all these crazy figures. And for someone like myself, I've got no trouble with motivation. So when I see, people doing really well, it makes me, strive to do more myself. But just circling back, it can become a negative thing if you're, pushing too hard, too fast when you first join up. Just continually do what you can, but just make sure it's consistent.
Great advice for sure. So, a lot of people kind of pick it up, leave it back, put it down. You picked it up, you put it down, but then you came back because you realized it was you had some success with it, and you came back. And then before we went live, Matt and I were talking, and he was saying how he's in Australia right now. It's 5:51 a.m. Tuesday morning.
That's it.
So
we're in the future.
Right, in the future, right? What's the winning lottery numbers now? So he's in the future right now, and in comparison to the States, and he gets up consistently. What time you say? 4 in the morning, roughly.
Yeah, 4 in the morning. Sometimes earlier. So on Saturday, I was up at 3.
Right. So he's been consistently getting up, working his business before his regular day job. So pretty soon here, he can leave his day job and do this full time. So tell us more about that. You told me more about it, but I'm sure other people want to hear more about your plans to scale your business and kind of what talk about moving abroad and those things.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess the name, yeah, for sure. Well, I guess the name, DropShipLifestyle, the tail end of that name is the lifestyle. So that's just as much as this business is important to me. Creating a lifestyle that is extraordinary is just as important for me. So I dreamt, as soon as I found DSL, I think I touched on before. I found it that we went to Thailand, and then I come across this business. So in a few months, my family and I are going to be, selling up here, and we're going to be moving to Thailand temporarily for about 6 months. It's been a dream of mine since really finding this business, and now that my business is earning me enough, it's something that I can do. I've given my notice to my employer, and it's an amazing feeling knowing that I'm not going to ever have to work for someone else, in my life.
Yeah, that you're in control. You're in the driver's seat.
That's it. I'm a bit of a control freak, so it's gonna be a really great feeling.
Oh, that's perfect then. No one can control you but yourself. You're responsible for your successes and
that's it. That's it.
You had some failure before, but you've had more success the first time around than some people, and then you chose to leave and you came back, and you keep on going. So
Yeah,
as long
that's
as you
it.
have that mindset, you just it's hard. It's
That's
hard
it.
to it's hard
And when I,
to
and when I say that I left, I mean I didn't, like I was still getting up at 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? I was, still trying, just as hard every day, and that's just to circle back. That's the main thing. You just got to keep trying.
Yeah, most definitely. So, well, before I ask this question, if anybody has any comments, they could comment to the side, and we'll try to see if there's any questions we can get answered for you.
Cool.
Past that, you said you were going to be moving to Thailand. You're looking for a VA right now. What kind of task are you hoping to get the VA to do, and where are you looking for a VA? If you could talk more about that, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Well, at the moment, I've got one VA, and that I'm slowly starting to train up. I found her on Upwork, and yeah, she's based in the Philippines. So the task that I'm getting her to do at the moment, that I'm teaching her how to do, is there's an advertising platform in Australia called Gumtree. It's similar to Craigslist, I think. So what you can do here is you can post up advertisements for free. So what I've got her to do is create like a running spreadsheet of all of my products, and she'll post those products up in different locations around Australia, and then rotate them every month. So that was the first thing I got her to do, and now she's learning how to upload products. I'm teaching her how to configure products in the Google Shopping app, and it's really just those day-to-day sort of monotonous tasks, the ones that suck up so much of my time, that prevent me from working on the business rather than in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So pretty soon I'll be looking for a second VA as well, to try and give her a hand, because I guess on Upwork, I mean, they're freelancers, so they don't always have. I mean, they've got other people that they might be working for, so I need someone to be working almost 100% for me now.
Awesome. That's great insights. Was there anything else that you were looking at handing off to them? So I know you mentioned before this that you had some ideas for some other stores. Is there any other things that you would like them to do that you're going to hand off to them eventually?
Well, I think we've got a bit of a bad connection here, but I think
okay.
you were asking me about any other tasks that I'd like the VA to do in regards to a new store. Is that right?
Well, yeah, in the current store, and then you have some other ideas for some other stores. So, how are you looking at scaling past, I guess, where you are above and beyond what you just mentioned, them rotating the products and everything, listing the product? Was there any other things that you had in mind that you would like them to do?
Yeah, for sure. So I guess to put it into perspective, this store that I've recently built, it's still not 100% built. I've still got more suppliers to call, more products to add. But once that's built, then I'll be teaching my VA to take care of the day-to-day tasks. So replying to emails, fulfilling orders. I don't think I'll be able to get this particular VA to answer calls, only because the niche that I'm in, they would really want someone with an Australian accent. So that's something I'll be looking at in the future. Getting, as terrible as it sounds, that's that it would affect my bottom dollar, I think. So I'll be looking to get someone who can answer the phones part-time for me, and then moving forward, looking for new niches. I'll be getting a VA to look for to do a lot of the niche research for me as well.
Awesome. So it sounds like, I mean, you don't. I'm not asking for your niche, but it sounds like it might be Australian specific, and it might require some buy-in, like your accent, like you were, I guess, alluding to. So, what can you tell the audience members, I guess, specifically, as to how you got things to work in Australia, and what were some of the pitfalls and opportunities that you ran into?
Yeah, well, I think the niche selection criteria is definitely different in Australia. I know a few people out there in the forums and on the Facebook pages touch on this, and I think John Warren's
Right.
spoken about it, quite a bit. That yeah, niche selection in Australia is definitely different. My probably around 80% of my business is actually B2B, so business to business. And that's allowed me to have, I guess, more expensive products. So I guess my average sale price is up around that $2,000 mark. So what I actually did, my niche, my store is actually based on something that I saw working over in the States. I found a really successful store over in the States, not a drop shipping store. But yeah, I saw that business model and noticed there was nothing here in Australia that would match that. So I've got no competitors in my niche. So it's just myself. So you've just got to, I guess, think outside the box. You know what I mean? Like my first niche, I'll tell everyone my first niche was baby furniture, and it was and look, some people might be able to get it to work, but I was competing against the big box stores, and with advertising being so expensive, I just couldn't compete. The margins were terrible. My suppliers would change the prices on me, and it was niche. As I said, I'm the only drop shipper. The suppliers themselves, some of them do sell directly, but they don't advertise. So unless you are walking into a store, it would be hard to get the products that I'm selling. So yeah, you just got to think outside the box, really.
Most definitely, yeah, and do something differently than other people are doing, so you can differentiate yourself in the marketplace. Yeah,
that's it. Exactly right. And there's a lot of Australians that say, does drop shipping work in Australia? 100%. It definitely works in Australia. You just got to be, willing to, I guess, try things out. Be prepared to fail. Failing doesn't matter at all. I actually enjoy, enjoy the failures, because you got to see them as a learning experience. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have, it's taken me, a couple of years to get to the position I am now, but I wouldn't be here without all those failures. So you've got to look at the positive side of it. So.
Yeah, of course. You got to fail forward and correct your course along the way. Learn from it, and hopefully you're better the next day than you were, the day before.
Well,
so.
Exactly right. And it's not just about this whole journey. It's not just about building a business. It's about building yourself, really. I've been building. Personal development's just as important as building your business. You got to really work on yourself every day as well.
Right. And that's how you have that control, right?
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, a lot of people, might think it might sound funny, but I meditate every day for 10 minutes. I try and do some sort of workout every day for 10 minutes, and I think those things all work hand in hand. It all becomes part of the big picture. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to recommend a book offline then to you. I'm getting into it, meditation. So it's a cool book. I guess I'll say it's The Mind Illuminated. I'm starting to read it. I'm getting some stuff out of it. So it's a guy who's been doing it for like 40 years, and
wow,
it's got like perfect rating on Amazon right now. So it's a book I'm excited about and I'm trying to learn. So we'll have to talk more about the meditation side offline.
Yeah, for sure.
Another day. But I see the sun's coming out now. So
it is.
Yeah, and wow, we kind of went from nightfall to dawn, I guess. So I don't see any questions coming in. There's a new channel, so YouTube Live is a week old in terms of when they turned off Google Hangouts, the official name Google Hangouts, as far as I'm aware, on the 11th, and then they made sure that they were directing everybody to YouTube Live. So that was on the 12th of this month. So I'm still kind of new, looking at trying to get the comments and all that stuff, but I don't see anything right now. If you do have any comments or anything like that, you can comment below the video and this will also be posted on the
Mm-hmm.
Facebook group for Matt and I, and anybody else to comment or reply to. Also, Matt's going to be at the retreat in Hawaii, so if you want to connect with him there,
Yes, sir.
he would be definitely a good resource. He's going to be ambassador, so you know, we're gonna help you out the best we can, and we want everybody to be as successful as possible. So, do you have any closing thoughts, Matt?
I guess the main thing I wanted to touch on before was just that consistent action. Really, that's all it is. Just keep doing one thing every day.
Great, that's a great takeaway. And if everybody does that, then you know I'm looking at your numbers off to the side, and then you know, I know your numbers are going to get bigger consistently. So people are gonna hopefully get some inspiration from this and start taking action, and hopefully not get stuck as much as they currently are, because if you work the system, then the system's going to work for you, and Matt's a perfect testament to that. So, and the other folks that I've spoken to recently. So, all right, well, hopefully you got something out of this video. If anybody again has anything they want to discuss it below this video, or post in Facebook or the forums if you're a member of DSL. Hey, Matt, thanks again. We'll be talking soon.
Thanks, Adam. Bye.
Okay, bye.